Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Today I am speaking with Jonathan. Very happy and very welcome to this first discussion about customer experience. Jonathan, you are extremely active in the community of customer experience. You are working on customer experience frameworks. You wrote a book. You have CX Brussels. Can you please elaborate a bit what you are doing?
Yeah, Gregorio, really thank you for having me first. And yeah, I'm just doing a lot to promote customer experience and customer centricity because I've seen the power it can have to really grow businesses. So yeah, CX Brussels is a networking platform in Belgium. We support customer experience professionals and other professionals from IT, marketing, sales from in and around Belgium. Support them to share, to grow, and to advance their careers. So that's what we do. Also, I recently have finished my latest creation, the Customer Experience Playbook. That's here. Not sure if you can see it very well.
Perfect.
Yes, so this is with the framework around implementing customer experience governance. So what meetings, what roles you need to have, what sort of documents you should be filling out, how often you should have these meetings. And it also talks about leading customer-centric transformations. It's got a 4-step process in there called ICON. So yeah, that's just a bit about me. Very busy, very active, and just looking to promote customer experience as much as possible.
Thank you, Jonathan. That's great. Is my interpretation correct that you are linking your work with your passion?
100%, 100%. I mean, my passion, I spent some time last year sitting down and saying, what do I really care about? And my 3 values are creativity, challenging traditions, and the third one is impacting lives. So 100% with customer experience and customer centricity, it fits right in with my values.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. I think we have the first tweetable moment with the fear topics that you mentioned. Thank you very much. How can you balance all the working together with family and what you're doing, and with perhaps you have also hobbies?
Yeah, listen, it's very difficult, I have to say. I think obviously family comes first, so anything that needs to be done with the family comes first, and that gets planned in, that's set in stone. And then you just have to find ways of being efficient. So for instance, with the book, I was traveling to one of my clients every day. It was, say, a 45-minute train journey, and I would just write the book on the train, do a lot of reading on the train. So you look for ways of being efficient and using your time wisely. But yeah, things like family, they come first, and that's just the way it is. It's good to have supportive family, who can help push and who understand the work that you need to put in and stuff like that. So I appreciate I've got a really good family around me that can help.
Great. Thank you, Jonathan. I think this is really important to find a balance between what we are doing and also our families. But let's come to the main topic of today. For me, you are the captain. And why I'm saying that? Because we participated together to the first customer experience World Games organized by Lime Trophy. And perhaps could you give some information how did it start, that's what you were doing and why you did it?
Yeah, definitely. So I connected with Christopher, who heads up Lime Trophy and who headed up the Customer Experience World Games. And yeah, he sort of contacted me. We were talking about other sorts of collaborations. And yeah, it was just in sort of March, April time, he mentioned, oh, would you like to captain one of the teams? And he explained to me what it was about. And I could see that there was so many, it was going to be such a good thing, a good thing because what we were doing, we were looking at ways of improving experiences, but we were focusing on good causes, charitable causes, small businesses who have just started out. You could see there was a lot of human side to it. So I was really keen to get involved. And yeah, it was such a great experience, I have to say. I think for me, probably the biggest thing was, first of all, the fact that we were impacting people's lives, but also on our side, the team side, we really created a good team. And even though the games are finished, we're still in contact with each other, still supporting each other, still helping each other. So yeah, I think that's been a great thing. So really thank you to the Lime Trippy team for putting this together.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. I fully agree. I was participated as a member of Jonathan's team, and it was really great to be there and to work for charity purpose, supporting SMEs or also families having troubles. Are you the only one capitals, or who were the other captains?
Yeah, there were other captains. We had obviously James, the rock star. We had Adrian, the CX punk. We had well, not CX punk, but yeah, author of Punk CX. We had Heidi as well, um, and then we also had Shane. There was a few other captains. Um, and each captain sort of led their teams a bit differently, used different ways to communicate, um, and came up with some really great and different sort of solutions to the problems. So it's been really enjoyable to see the difference, in how we approach the same problem and the same challenge. Sorry, I don't know, Gregorio. I don't know if I missed out one of the captains. I didn't have the list of them here.
No problem. I think at the end we can mention all the captains, because I think it was really a great customer experience expert cruise. We had the best of the best in the different teams, and I was also very happy to participate. Perhaps, Jonathan, could you please elaborate what really happened during these 5 challenges that we worked on? How did you structure the work? What were the challenges, and what was the result it was required to deliver?
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, at the start of the challenge, the games, it was interesting because at the start you never really know how interactive or how active people are going to be. So at the start, it's a case of connecting with people, trying to find out if they're just being nice and they're going to say, yeah, we want to help, but then in the end, they cannot commit the time. At the start, it's like this, just really testing the waters. But then after, once you get into it, we started with about 4 or 5 people in the team who were very active. And then it just kept growing and growing. People were like, okay, I was a bit busy last week. Now I have more time. And yeah, it started getting better and better. And for me, it's all about giving people a voice, giving people the opportunity to say what they think, and yeah, just to be transparent and open and honest. So that's what I tried to promote, and that's what we did. I wasn't really a prescriptive captain. I was just sort of facilitating. We had really good people on the team, and everyone sort of came up with their own suggestions and ideas. For instance, we were using Mural, and that was through Aileen. So Mural is a platform for helping mapping out all the journeys and carrying out all the sort of brainstorming activities where everyone can share their screens and see all the information. So that was really good. And also there was just loads of ways that we became more efficient. So things like filling out the end template, we'd work back from filling it out instead of sort of coming up with lots of ideas and then having to cherry pick. And then things like even writing things up. We had people who basically volunteered and said, okay, I'll write it up. And someone else would say, okay, I will check it once it's written. Basically, everyone, because everything was open, anyone who wanted to do something, they had the opportunity, and that's what they did. So I was lucky to have a good team, even with you, Gregorio. There was times where even I was not even putting my weight. As the captain, I wasn't putting my weight. I was like a bit busy on certain weeks, and you stepped up yourself. You said, "Oh, Jonathan, let me help you out. Let's try this. Let's try that. Let me push it forward." So really, it was lovely to see, and that's what it is to be a real team. Is for it's not about the titles. It's just about okay, let's work together to get a good result, and yeah, really excited and really happy to have been involved in this project.
Thank you, Jonathan, for the great explanation. I think also from my point of view, we learned quite a lot. And if we speak about the challenges we were working on, like supporting a cat cafe, how to improve the experience, how to get back people buying stuff and looking at the cats and looking for the cats, it was really great to work together. For me, one of the most interesting things was that we went through this process, forming, norming, storming extremely quickly. After a few minutes, we were able already to create content, to prepare some strategy, how to support this cat cafe, or how to find a way to get money for the small child that needs money for a surgery or something like that. I think this was really, really important. And all the ideas coming from the different participants, somebody more specific from marketing, somebody working more on digitalization, somebody leading the team. It was really great how we supported each other. And I think the next question is, the team organized itself quite well because we were also during the lockdown, and sometimes we had also some additional free time, or we were at home and then we were able to work together. What's your view on this topic?
Yeah, it was tricky because in a lockdown situation, dealing with the pandemic, you don't know how people have been affected. Some might have even been affected physically, or could have actually had corona, or family members and stuff like this. So you have to get the balance right. So for us, what we did is we just blocked out the calendars. So we said, okay, on Tuesday at 5 p.m. or whichever time, this is the time we're going to work on this, and we just blocked the calendars, and then whoever managed to attend, we just push along with them and just be as open and transparent as possible about the task, and just ask for their feedback. And then we do things like making sure that all the information is available to the people who couldn't attend, still giving them a chance to participate via email. And people did, people say, okay, we couldn't make the meeting, but then they were still able to send some really excellent points through email. And then also we had new players who sort of joined each week because, some people heard about the games halfway through. And it's just a case of giving them a good welcome and just letting them know what's the structure that we work on. So just basically having a good structure. If you have a good structure, the team eventually gets into a good rhythm and they're sort of clear on the way we work. So that seemed to work well for us. What do you think, Gregorio?
Yes, I fully agree with you. And I think we were really very supportive. If somebody was not able to prepare something, somebody else stepped in and helped them. I think we had really a great team. CX ambassadors, really cool team. Thank you, Jonathan. Perhaps let's go to the next question. What are the three main things that you learned during these customer experience war games?
Okay, the first one for me was definitely the importance of purpose. I think that the World Games really helped support people in a very difficult time, support businesses, support charities, and it was clear that the reason why we're doing this was for a good cause, and this meant that people who got involved were really passionate actually, and were really happy to help, very engaged. So I think it just sort of brought home the point that when you work for something with a clear purpose, it becomes easy to get people to rally around the idea. So that's the first one. The second one was just how competitive people are. People are so competitive, like because it was, because it's a competition. It was quite interesting to see. Sometimes we didn't win any. We didn't win. I'm not sure if you can hear this wind, by the way. So I was going to say, yeah, it's quite interesting to see how competitive people are. It was framed as a competition, and I remember sometimes in a team where we'd have meetings after not winning the last challenge, and the morale was so low. I'm saying, come on, guys, we're here. We're just giving our best. It's okay. But yeah, some people got really sad halfway through when they weren't winning. So it's quite interesting just reminds me how generally competitive people can be. So that's another thing that I learned. The third is, I think I'd definitely say that I'm better at customer experience now, you know? So lots of different ideas on how to map journeys, what to think about when you're designing new experiences, talking a lot about customer experience strategy, and basically just being able to speak and spend time with so many good professionals, even like yourself, Gregorio, especially with things like gamification, etc. Um, I'd have to say I've just learned so much. So I'm better at customer experience than I was a few months ago.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. I think I can really share what you are saying. It was great time. We learned quite a lot, and very, very happy that you were our captains, because you have a massive know-how in customer experience. Perhaps also for the audience, if somebody would like to talk with you, to be in contact with you, how is it possible?
Yeah, I think just connect with me on LinkedIn, Jonathan Daniels. That's the easiest way. Also on different social medias, but probably stick to LinkedIn is the easiest.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Jonathan. The yes or no questions. Would you participate again to the customer experience war games?
Yes, 100%.
Thank you. And I would share
Oh,
exactly this
sorry.
same idea.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry, I was about to say something and I realized I shouldn't say it yet. So I'll just say yes, 100%.
Thank you, Jonathan. I think it's important that we have the discussion, and even if it's not everything clear, the people will understand what we are explaining. Thank you very much. And perhaps the last question, do you have the last thought, idea, insight that you want to share with the audience, with the people hearing and looking at this video, this small webinar?
Yeah, definitely. I've packed all my thoughts, insights, etc. into the book, the Customer Experience Playbook. So this is available on Amazon, either as a physical copy or through Kindle. So yeah, I'll really encourage you to have a look at the book. It's packed full of information.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. And I think we are coming to the end. I will really buy your book because I am expecting quite a lot from this book. Therefore, you will have the first person buying it. It's me. Very happy to get it. Thank you very much. And to the audience, thank you very much for hearing to us, to getting our insight on the customer experience World Games organized by Lime Trophy. Really, really great experience. And thank you, Jonathan, to sharing your experience from your garden. Sorry to the people that there was some wind in background, but it's really great to see that you are in your garden and you're enjoying your vacation. Thank you very much for your time, Jonathan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Gregorio.